Whenever you're ready, video, I am. Something really big off the port side. Alright, come on out wide. Is that wide?
Full wide.
Thanks. I'm going to back up. I'm going to turn my head left. I think we're going to see something tall. Let's see if it's of anything of interest. I'll come up a little for it.
Yeah, that looks like another one of these bamboo corals.
Just looked like it's forever tall.
Yeah. It is very tall, and
It's 1D2 height tall.
it's about 10 feet in height. And yeah, for those who can see the serious overhead image.
And just a beautiful geological backdrop too. We just reached the top of the flow, and the contact between the next lava debris is just in view right now as well.
Great.
It's a beautiful shot.
Yeah. So the base of this unbranched bamboo coral is lacking tissue. You could see clearly the nodes and the internodes. These alternating dark bands that are interlaced with these lighter bands. So there's actually a different composition. The nodes, those darker colored sections are made out of a protein, and the lighter colored sections are made of calcium carbonate, and that's what gives these corals their common name of bamboo coral.
Okay, so we're peeking over a nose here. I don't see another hard return for a while. So we can continue moving. You can do a 30 or 30 meter hop, I'd say.
30 meter.
Yep. At whatever he's facing is
last
good.
was 290.
Let's continue on that.
Okay, so 30 meter move, 290, 0.2 knots.
Yep. Another debris field, and I'm at the end of my tether here, so let's see if there's anything of interest.
Bridge, can I have a 30 meter move, bearing 290, speed 0.2 knots. Good copy, Bridge. Thank you. Pilots, nav, you guys might want to deploy the swing arms again.
Depth is 1,179 as we continue climbing up this wall of the canyon. And yeah, nice illustration here of the importance of substrate. So on that wall was a denser aggregation of animals, and then as soon as the substrate here changes to a more scattered field of boulders with sediment in between, the animals drop down.
Thank you, Bridge.
All right. I drop down here video just so you know. See if there's anything interesting.
Okay.
Any small objects down here. I'm just a little stretched out. I'm going to wait for this move to catch up with us before I keep chugging along.
It's like a little stalk up ahead to the right a little bit. Maybe.
That little guy?
There.
This guy?
Ahead.
up high,
Yeah.
or not
Just
high,
above lasers.
Yep.
Now.
little C-pen sorts, maybe.
Yeah, maybe if we can get a quick zoom on him. That looks different than the antiptylum that we imaged earlier.
Copilot, is that new screen any easier to use?
Another stock on the left.
Okay, video, you can start zooming.
So there's one, yeah, in the sand
Straight in?
there.
Yep.
Aye.
Go on in.
So yeah, he's
Partial. Still partial.
Just, I'm stretched, so I'm feeling a little bit of tether bob. But
So yeah, definitely a C-pen. Now there's several genera we have here in Hawaii. It's not an antiptylum,
is that full in?
oral halopteris.
Going all the way in.
Protoptylum is my best guess.
Full zoom.
Copy.
And we did image a few of those during last year's trip.
Alright. Pilot's clear when everybody else is.
I'm good here.
Okay.
Coming out. Whoa. That's jumpy.
Wrong knob.
It's, usually I do them both at the same time, and it didn't move at all.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we got to push focus as we zoom, so we don't do what I just did. There we go.
Alright. Continuing onward. Ship moves underway.
Yep. So we have about another, I don't know, 5 or 10 meters
Okay.
left in the current move.
Alright, I think I see Sirius going, so we'll continue onward.
Maybe a quick snap zoom on that animal on the bottom of the rock.
To the left.
Yeah, just straight up ahead. So there's a C-pen, and then above there's a...
Oh, okay.
just
Alright, video, you can come in partial as I come.
Like that?
Yep. We're just going to settle in. Okay, come on in.
so we have a crinoid there to our right.
One live and one dead sponge.
Yeah, that's...
Coming out just a little bit.
Oh, you're alright.
Right there.
There you go.
And that looks like a hexactinellate sponge that right now is only identified to Faria near Oka erecta.
Thank you, Bridge.
And on last year's dive where we
Going a little
did
bit more.
target these depths,
I'll move over to the live one here.
we did see that this was one of the dominant sponges at this depth. And yeah, so then there was
Oh,
also
yeah.
a C-pen right in front of us below.
Coming out.
Good. Go ahead, Nev.
So that move is complete. Should I call in another just to keep us moving?
And then, so he is different.
I'll just push ahead here and keep up. at the ship, but that one's been done for how long?
Just finished.
Just finished. Okay. What are you looking at me? 63. Let's push ahead a little bit here, and then yeah.
That we just passed has that leaf-like structure with
don't see anything
bilateral
that,
branching.
It's a
That would
big one
put
on
it
that
into the
rock on the
genus
left.
Penachula.
Okay, another 30 meter, or should we bump it up?
We'll just stand by for a little bit.
Copy.
I just want to. I'm not sure if there's another cliff coming up, and I want to play it safe. Do you want to get a snap on this? See, it's of interest. Just get it real quick here. And
So there we have a.
you know, if you want a closer look, science.
Yeah, I think that is good. So that's a anemone and Actinostolidae. Hang on, actually, can we just zoom? Are we partial right now, or are we
Partial.
full?
Partial. Keep going a little farther.
Yeah, let's go zoom full. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, Scott and I mentioned it immediately. So this is a Ceriantharian, or a tube-dwelling anemone. And so in these animals you have multiple rings of tentacles, so the inner ones are shorter in length and the outer are longer. The outer tentacles are used for capturing food, and the inner ones are more like to manipulating that food and moving it towards the mouth. And so yeah, this is the first Ceriantharian that we've seen on this dive.
Another second here, and I should scurry ahead of Sirius. Yep.
We come out of your command.
All right, let's go.
Coming out.
Great.
There you go.
Thanks a
Full
lot,
wide.
video.
Current depth 1,175 meters. The oxygen is steadily dropped as we climbed up this wall. We're currently at 1.75
Wow.
milligrams per liter. So still not in the oxygen minimum zone. That is typically between 800 and 1,000 meters up here in Hawaii, and there you have values below 1 milligram per liter of dissolved oxygen, and that's the zone where you typically find very, very low densities of animals. And just to give our shore-based science team a little bit of a heads up, so we are looking to push off the bottom around 4 o'clock Hawaii time. So we have just
Right.
about 2
We can dial
hours
in that
and
next move.
15 minutes left on
Copy
this
that.
dive.
The high is, yeah, okay.
So 30 meter, 290.2 knots.
Still happy with 290 co-pilot? 295.
295.
I
Copy.
agree.
Bridge, Nav.
One very interesting thing was
Bridge play with
that at the
30
bottom
meter
of the
move.
canyon where we landed, there were a
Bearing
lot of fish.
295.
Imaged
Speed
about a dozen of them.
0.2 knots.
And then as we started moving up the wall, they have disappeared and given way to
Good copy, Bridge.
sessile organisms,
Thank you.
corals, sponges, anemones, crinoids.
Yeah, I don't see a hard face just yet, so it's just rubble. So they'll be alright. Thanks for the heads up, though. Another reminder.
Face of that rock looks different from the
Thank
others.
you, Rich.
Yeah, it looks like a little animal's ran along eating the sediment off of it.
Yeah, or it's still there. Yeah, I think you might be right.
Can snap in real quick if you'd like.
Yeah, let's take a quick
let's
peek.
take a look.
Biological petroglyphs.
I'm coming in real slow, just so you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know what caused this. Something
Irish,
has
yeah.
been eating on this rock.
Could you just tilt up a little on my camera, co-pilot?
Huh. Somebody came by cleaning this up.
Yeah. We saw trails like this forever on one of the last dives
Huh.
last year. They just went on forever and ever, and I chased one forever, and
Never found anything.
I can't remember if we ever ended up finding anything.
It's
I know I
interesting
chased
that
one, and
there's-
Dave chased one, and
Doesn't look like there's been sediment replacement wherever this organism has been.
yeah. Okay.
All right, coming on out. I might get a little bright here for a second. That's a full wide.
Just passing by a Metallogorgia. But pretty barren here, this terrain of any animals. Current depth 1,155 meters. So yeah, maybe we can just do a quick snap zoom on that red.
Yep, coming in for it right now. Okay, video, come on in.
Coming in.
So that looks like a mushroom coral with its polyps retracted.
Okay, a couple seconds here and I should race ahead.
Yep. Coming out.
Great.
4-1.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we just imaged a mushroom coral. It's a octocoral, genus Anthomastus.
Thank you, Rich.
So it has been a pretty productive dive. We have
I think
covered
you can keep them coming.
a nice area. We're just about 50 meters from the top of this wall. As we're coming up on one of our more of these giant ornithiid anemones. Actually, no, I retract that. That
Rich,
looks
I have
more like the
another
Exosolactus.
30 meter move. Bearing
Yep, and that's
295.
exactly what that is.
Speed 0.2 knots.
So yeah, we imaged one of these
Good copy,
very
Rich.
early in the dive.
Thank you.
This is one of the largest anemones we have here in Hawaii. And actually of more interest is that small coral on to the side of the anemone.
Copy that. Okay, we can just have to snap here, video. It's about one
About there.
laser beam width. I'm just kidding. Holding
So
there.
yeah, that looks like a small corallet.
Coming in a little more.
Okay.
And
I don't want to stay too long.
it feels like it might come down again. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
that's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich.
Coming out.
Thanks.
And Tina just seems to have a very good eye for spotting these scale worms. Right. So she saw a pollinoid worm on that corallium. So pollinoid worms or scale worms are common commensals of a lot of corals and sponges and other invertebrates.
Fly trap.
And Scott France here just pointed out another good point is that these pollinoid polychaetes, these scale worms, there are symbiotic commensals of a lot of corals and sponges. And in some cases, that association is
Are the
is
D2
so
upper light bars
intimate
pointing up forward or
that it
down?
will actually cause modifications
pointing
in the
straight
skeleton
down.
of the
It's hard to
coral
tell.
or if the tissues of the coral.
Yeah, keep coming up with me, please. Thanks. That's it. That's them. All right. Looks good. Thanks. Just want to make sure they're pointed as forward as they can go. Is there any interest in this guy, or have we seen him? Come in partial video. Take my camera, co-pilot. If you don't mind. I'm just going to do a quick little look at this and then race ahead. You see that return 40-ish meters away off to your port? Going to want to make sure that we don't get surprised by that.
So this is a urchin, one of the first ones we've seen on this dive. We did see a Sparosoma earlier in the dive. This one is in a
few seconds here video, and
group.
then I'll want to run off.
Roger.
5, 4, 3,
And so this
2,
is Aspidodiadema.
1. Let's go.
Closest is
Thanks.
comparing with Hawaiiense. So Aspidodiadema hawaiiense.
Coming up and out with you, Sean.
Quite the urchin.
Coming up kind of quick, just so you know. Good. Just to get over these. How far are we in that ship move?
Pilot, we're just about done, like 4 meters left.
Great. I see it's perfect. We have a pretty hard return off to port. I don't know what it is, so we're going to push out that way and see what it is before we keep trucking along.
Copy.
So Marsh Corps just
another move.
got in the room, and we just updated our position here on the deflator mount.
Sorry,
Seven.
say again?
So
Another
we've
move
traveled
at,
just under 600 meters.
280.
No, we're going to, it's going to hold
in a
off.
linear
I'm
distance.
going to stretch out
and
and
we're
look at this
about,
hard return before we call any more
about
moves.
200 meters away from our target endpoint. Current depth is 1,132 meters.
You just keep your view on. Thanks. There's nothing in any. There's no imminent danger. There's just a. Just want to get stretched out on my tether and see what that is before we call more moves, just so I know that it's safe. It's still 30, 25, still almost a tether length away from you. So you're doing all right. You're really high, just so you know. I'll have to keep trucking up. Thanks. All right. Required set wall. Okay.
So we're coming up on another one of these big cliffs.
I think we just had a fish lower left.
Copy that. We're just going to do a quick pilot change.
Sure.
Stand by 1 second.
And We're just going through a personnel change here with pilots. So just bear with us a couple minutes. We're just coming up on top of this very, very steep topography. And we see a few more animals on them. So Scott already spotted some Norellas and some Iridogorges on this
Jeff,
sheer
Andy?
cliff.
Hello, Dan.
Okay. So you're pretty high. Okay. Is there anything we wanted to look at here?
We have all cameras full wide, and there's a fish lower left, or an eel.
Okay.
Cliff wall dead ahead that we're scouting out
All right.
before we move again. Right now we're stationary.
Okay. So you got. Okay. Okay. Okay, video, let's see what kind of zoom we can get here
Roger.
before I start moving in. Okay. So you're bringing in the uppers and lowers? Okay.
Co-pilot Nav.
That's nice.
Do you think the interface is a little bit better? The screen, the Dragon. Okay.
So I brighten them up a bit. It's disorienting. It feels like we're looking down.
Yep. So if you want to come full wide, I'm just pretty far from the wall, so.
Yep. Coming out pretty wide. Oh, we were a long way off.
Yep. Okay. All right, do you want to come up? Yeah, let's start heading up the wall. Okay. Okay. Do we have an idea of how tall this wall is? I guess you can see over the top of it where you were at, or just about.
Current depth is 1,124 meters.
I just want to point out this kind of discrete crack that's going on in the left side of the screen. You can see the conjugate crack geometry. This is typical of fracturing in rocks based on their loads, and just a nice clean fracture, but no movement on the fracture. You can see on the horizontal lines that cross-cut this feature, they still line up, so a geologist wouldn't actually say that this is a active fault or active movement, but very beautiful feature of stress and strain, what the effect is on the rock.
Co-pilot, can we reduce the range on the sonar on D2? And Washley, did you want to get a zoom on the crack or keep it wide?
I think we're
10 is fine.
okay, yeah.
Yep, yeah, the wide is good for at least the cracks, and we can keep on moving up the wall unless there's anything you.
No, yeah, let's keep on moving. Let's make some distance here.
Okay, let's start coming up again, co-pilot. So is this a good distance from the wall as we're going up, or? Yeah, okay. 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 I'm coming up some more here.
So that's Chrysogorgia Gorgonian coral. That's Iridogorgia bella, one of the most distinctive species up here. Can we actually take a look at that coral on the right, just right of center?
Sure.
It's
Actually, maybe better to lateral along the wall than turn. All right, video. Let's,
Coming in.
Frame it up.
Roger that.
I'll do my best to
Holding
keep it
there.
steady. You
Go ahead,
can
Bridge.
zoom in more.
Coming in
oh,
more.
looks like another
Ball
primnoid.
shrimp beside it on the right.
Stand by, Bridge.
Holding.
Copy
Oh,
that.
Come
I'm
out a
sorry.
bit.
Yeah, come out.
Bridge.
Pull wide.
Go ahead with that move, Bridge, or the rotation. Got the A-frame. Thank you, Bridge.
My best guess here is Calyptrophora. Looks like we have a long-legged shrimp next to it.
Feels good there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the manipulator cams. Do you see something else? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's do a quick zoom again, video.
Roger. Holding there.
So that long-legged shrimp is also very common at these deeper depths. That's Nematocarcinus tenorostris. Actually, if we have a little time, just those very delicate branching things on the rock, I think those might be
Okay, you can
sponges.
zoom in further, video.
Oh, no.
That's a full zoom right there.
I think he was looking at. Oh,
Yeah, those very delicate.
Like
Coral.
that.
No,
Yeah.
no, those are corals.
is that full zoom?
That is.
Okay, let's zoom out.
Coming out.
Okay. Just a little bit of a current today, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Are we full wide on Zeus video?
We're full wide.
Okay, thank you.
Depth right here is 1,116 meters.
Okay, I'm going to back off a bit.
Bridge,
There we
Nav.
have another one of these very conspicuous Gorgonian
Bridge, I see we're
corals.
drifting off our position a little bit to the
Magnus spiralis,
southwest.
Iridogorgia Magnus spiralis.
Thank you, Bridge.
There is a sea star to our left.
The left, watch it.
Copy
yes.
that.
Down there. Okay.
Bridge, Nav.
That's right now.
Belay my last bridge. I was tracking your position
Yeah,
from the
it's kind of
centroid
like
of the
left
vessel,
of center,
not from the
slightly left
A-frame.
of center right now.
So
Sure.
I assume that movement was
Sorry,
from
just,
the rotation.
Trying
So
to get
if
a
you
good
need to
distance from the
rotate,
wall.
go. Copy that, Bridge.
Okay, hold on. Let's do a partial video.
Partial eye.
Yeah, I did notice that. I don't have much experience flying with all of them on, but
We're going for that like leather star or whatever it's called. Top right,
So
It-
that-
coming out a little bit. Holding.
so that looks
what is
like one of the individuals we have in the gallery under Sarah Master.
take them all off. I usually don't have any of them on. Okay. Right. Right. Code zoom in video.
Yeah, I
Coming in.
agree with you, Tina. That's definitely in the family. The closest one we have in that family to is the Sarah Master Bowers Eye. Has a distinctive rim, but also a new record for today's dive. Yeah, thank you, pilot. That's
Okay.
good.
Let's zoom out.
Coming out. Full wide.
Thank you. Okay. Carl. So we're just making our way up the wall. Okay. Well, I think we're almost there. Sirius can sort of see over there. So I'm coming up.
So it looks like we just got to the top of this cliff, very thick, again, a very thick volcanic flow unit, and again sharing the same kind of oddly shaped surface on the very top as the last thick unit that we just passed over. It's not very clear whether or not this weird pattern on the top of the flows is a function of what happened while it was flowing and cooling, or if this is just a erosional feature. I'd have to err on the side of the fact that this is actually an erosional feature that happens to the rock as it begins to degrade. But very curious feature on the very top here.
That'd be fine, yeah. Looks like we're at the top of this cliff, so.
Tall object just leaving frame left, top.
And so Nav, what was our bearing on our last move?
Our last move was 29530 meters.
295. Let's see. So Copilot, do you want to go up this feature here? Maybe turn. Okay.
Yeah, so
So our current depth is 1,110 meters.
Okay.
So we're just
So we'll do
close to the
275.
top of the feature.
Okay. So
We've got a branched bamboo
okay.
coral
So
there.
So 20 meters, 275.
copy that. Bridge, Nav. Bridge, I'd like to request a 20 meter move, bearing 275 degrees, speed 0.2 knots. Good copy, Bridge. Thank you.
Okay, video, want to zoom in here on this coral? Try to hold it steady. Yep, hold on.
So we are looking at a bamboo coral that's partially denuded, so meaning it's been removed of its external tissue. So just like humans, corals have their skeleton in the inside, and the tissue is what typically gives them their color, texture, and appearance. Now bamboo corals, the common name comes from the skeleton that has these alternating
zoom in video.
dark and white
Coming in.
portions on the skeleton.
About there.
And so yeah, there's an anemone on one of the branches
Zoom
there.
in on the anemone.
There we are.
Go ahead, Copilot. Sure.
And there's a crinoid on that branch, commonly known as a sea star, feather star, sorry.
So that's the objective, I believe.
These are very common. And next to that is, yes, is a
pretty far.
gastropod, what at first sight appeared to
200
be
meters.
an anemone. Yeah.
Yep.
And Scott is
zoom out
pointing
video.
out that this
Coming out.
snail is likely feeding on the coral.
There we go. It's full wide.
Thank you.
One of the common predators of corals. Oh, and shallow waters actually, Scott, now that you mention that, we see that quite a bit of snails feeding on corals, but yeah.
Looks like there's a stock sponge up there to the left, maybe.
Yeah, that looks like maybe we can take a look.
Is
We
that
have an
alright with
image.
you, Copilot, if I try to go check out that coral? Or the sponge up there. Okay. So we just put in a move 20 meters toward 275, so you should be moving to our mat now. Yeah.
Pilots now.
Go ahead, Nav.
So I'm not sure if you're seeing that movement yet, Copilot, but
Oh,
we just
yeah,
completed
no,
the
that
move.
is a coral, and yeah, no need to image that. So, that's
should
very,
we
very
call
common.
in another?
No need? Okay.
No need, thank you.
0.2 knots.
Can you repeat?
Uh,
Yeah, I can just go kind of parallel to this slope here. According to the sonar, the Sirius is facing the steep part of the feature, but yeah, funny shape to it, so you want to move toward me and I'll just saddle along.
Our depth at this location is 1,110
so
meters.
another 20 meters at
So we did cover some ground
275?
today.
Copy
I
that.
also collected at least a couple of samples that are completely new. A coral that we have no idea what
Yeah,
family
so
is in.
maybe 260,
A
265.
very unique sponge with a zoanthid growing on it that we've
Okay.
never seen before. And also a geological
Certainly can.
sample.
.260 copy. Bridge, nav. Requesting 20 meter move. Bearing 260 degrees. Speed 0.2 knots.
So again, a bit more barren here up top.
Good
but,
copy, Rich.
We've had
Thank
a couple of these kind of stepping terrace-like climbing the topography, and on the flatter surfaces have been kind of void of animals, and on a few of these sheer cliffs we've seen a few more animals, but throughout the dive the density of animals has been quite low, with the exception of some fish aggregations that we saw towards the beginning of the dive.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Redo that. So if you see anything watch lead, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna practice on
Thank you, Bridge.
targets that I pick out.
Roger that, yeah, we'll keep our eyes open. Now there is a sponge there towards the right
Yeah.
that is
Would you
of
like to take a
interest. Yeah.
Pilot video.
Go ahead, video.
Just FYI, there's something in the water column directly ahead of you, just slightly to port. String or an
that whip-
organism or
the whip
something. I
coral
can't
there?
quite see it.
Stub my toe.
Oh yeah, it's an organism. I didn't think it was a line, but
Okay, let's zoom in.
coming in. Holding there.
So that's again one of these glass sponges. Looks
So
like if we can take a look at the top at the opening.
And zoom on your command.
zoom in.
Coming in.
Sorry.
Yeah, and that
Want
looks
me a little
like
wider?
it's definitely
I'll bring it
in
in.
the family
You're doing fine here.
Euplectellidae. And
All right, can you zoom out, please?
Coming out.
And so that is in the
About there?
genus Corbitella.
Partial.
Did you get what you need, science, or do you want me to?
Yep, thank
Okay.
you.
Coming all the way out.
I'm trying to practice without putting my toe
Oh.
down.
So just a heads up to all of our shore-based viewers, we will not be diving tomorrow. And this is again one of these very long
Okay, partial zoom
unbranched
video.
bamboo
Partial
corals.
Holding.
Can zoom in more.
Looks like it has a
Coming in more.
commensal squat lobster on it
Holding.
as well.
Brighten that up a bit. Oh, no, I can't.
And for the general public, this is
Thank you, Rich.
a very common adaptation when you see these unbranched animals when they're coiled like that. So they have the polyps kind of in the inside, and so basically this wire just moves along with the current, and then the water
zoom
can
out
just
again?
flow through
Coming
the
out.
middle, and
Thank you.
polyps can feed
I
efficiently
notice when I
that
start
way.
to
Full wide.
So it kind of works in a,
try to
in
hold
a
something in
sort
the
of
shot, I
funnel,
always
if
tend
you
to
will.
back off of.
And it's a common adaptation for these
Flip
animals
back off the wall.
to feed more efficiently in the water column.
Got to be better about pushing forward a little bit to avoid that. Right. Yeah. Sure.
Pilot snap.
Go ahead now.
So that move is complete. So we want to do another one along the same bearing.
Maybe a bit more to port. Another 20 degrees or something. Good head.
I think we're just trying to follow the local highs. That was the pass down I got. I can check with watch read. Okay, so
On the left? Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah, so
Collateral over there.
yeah, maybe if we
Okay.
can pico and then go along that ledge,
Sure.
that's where we're real likely to find animals.